okay, I get you. You're having a hard time tracking your ovulation. Like everywhere you turn to, they're telling you to minus 14 days from your menstrual cycle. And maybe your menstrual cycle is not even up to 14 days. So you're confused and you're like, what do I even get to subtract? Because if I minus 14 days, I'm left with 0 days. So relax, because in this video, I'm going to show you that one method that changed my life for good. I use this method for my 100% gender selection. When I want to give birth to a boy or whether I want a girl, I use this method. And this method is not going to make use of calendar or test strip or your basal temperature. You remember my previous video, right? This one, where I told you to bring out a book and a biro and start charting your menstrual cycle. Now, for this method also, you're going to need that book and biro. See, I don't joke with my book and my biro for my body, because as a woman I need to be in control. My body cannot control me, rather I control my body. I'm going to show you the only, like, the fail-proof method. Like, this one doesn't disappoint. It doesn't disappoint. You're going to track it and you're going to hold that ovulation red-handed. The only thing you're going to be needing is your body mucker. Now, women with irregular menstruation, breastfeeding moms that have not started seeing their menstruation and they feel like, I cannot get pregnant. It's a lie. See pregnancy. You need this method to be able to track your ovulation, because 2 weeks after giving birth, look at you, you are liable to be sentenced to another 9 months of pregnancy. Yes. So you need to take charge of your body. You need to take charge of your fertility by using this method to track your ovulation. Even if you're approaching your menopause and you start to get irregularity in your body, hormones and all those things, this method cannot fail you. Hi Diamonds, welcome. I'm Diamond Mom. Please subscribe if you've not done so and turn on the post notification bell so you can get notified as soon as I drop every video in this series. Ovulation means egg release from the egg sac, and mind you, ovulation can only occur once in a menstrual cycle, and that's within 24 hours. So when I hear women say, I'm ovulating, in my mind I'm like, okay, how do you know you're ovulating, girl? Is it because of that abdominal pain, or because your temperature is high, or because you are horny? You know, all those telltale signs, and you go like you're ovulating. Are you really sure you're ovulating? Or are those just signs that you're about to ovulate? Because you only ovulate once. So don't be surprised that if you're really out for gender selection, that I'm ovulating might only get you pregnant, you know. And luckily you might get your desired sex, but what if you're not lucky? You might get what you ordered versus what you know. Mind you, the abdominal pain that you feel in either in your left side or in your right side only mean that one of your egg sacs is preparing to release an egg. So except you're going to have twin, then it can be both sacs, or one of the sacs also like release 2 or more eggs. But that abdominal pain doesn't mean that you are ovulating. The beautiful thing about this method is that you don't even need your menstrual flow to be able to calculate it. So if you've not seen your menstruation for 5 months, 6 months, you can actually know if you're ovulating or not. The woman body brings out some discharge, and each of this discharge actually means something. But for the purpose of fertility, 2 types of discharge are very important. Now we have the pap discharge and we have the egg whites. That's the slippery one, the one that people say is my ovulation. I'll quickly show you guys how these different discharges look like and which one is which. Now for the first one is this pap discharge that looks like pap, just as the name implies. Now if you can see this in my hand clearly, this is pap, and as you can see, it's like pap, because I don't know how to describe pap. This is pap, okay? It's messy, it doesn't draw. As you can see, we have the second type of discharge, which we refer to as the egg whites, because it draws like the egg whites. So you can see this. I don't know why this egg white is not slimy. If the egg that laid it was not ovulating well when she laid this, but if you get what I mean. Now this is what I mean by egg white. For the woman body, dryness is felt for most days. Like after your menstruation, you feel dryness for a large number of days before your ovulation. Just before your ovulation, you see what we call the pap. It can come for like 4 or 3 days or 5 days, depending on the woman's body. After this pap sign, look out for the next sign that you will see is usually this egg white sign, this slippery thing. It's very simple. You don't need to put your hand into your vagina. Now, don't you do that. Do not ever do that. The only person that should go there is your doctor. And you know when your doctor should be able to go there. So don't put your hand into your vagina for any purpose at all to feel it. It's very simple, because when you go to urinate, you either clean with water or your tissue paper. I would advise that you practice cleaning with water most often, because by then your hand gets to feel it. Like just you touching down there, you would notice when that place is slimy, when that slimy thing, and then you try to draw it out. Of course, I'm talking to ladies, so you should have experienced this. Like you should be doing this. If you've not been doing it, you should start doing it. It's normal, it's your body, and it's a good sign that something is actually working well, that the nuts and bolts are fixed properly. After urinating and you touch there to wash or to clean, and you notice that there is a slimy thing there, try drawing it out. You will see that it is slimy, it is sticky, like it's slimy like an egg white or the speed of a snail. Yes, you know what I mean. Now that means that your discharge have moved from the early pap stage to the egg white stage. Now hold on, this does not still mean that you are ovulating, yes, but if you want to get pregnant, you can start trying from the period you start seeing your early pap stage. But this doesn't mean that you're ovulating. It only increases your chance of getting pregnant. Now for this egg white discharge, you can see it for 2 days, 3 days. For me personally, I normally see mine for between 2 to 3 days. You should start chatting for every day that you see an egg white. In the night, you should write under that day. If the day is 2nd of May, then you should write 2nd of May, pap, 3rd of May, pap, 4th of May, pap, 5th of May, pap. Then maybe on the 6th of May, you notice that the discharge has changed from pap to the egg white. Then on that 6th of May in the night, you should chat 6th of May, egg white. Now, also on the 7th of May, when you check and you notice that the egg white is still there, you should also chat 7th of May, egg white. Now, on the 8th of May, for some people, you might notice that there is no egg white again. It's suddenly dry. Rejoice, because that day is your ovulation. Yes. Immediately you stop seeing that egg white. Within the next 24 hours, like within the 24 hours of when you stop seeing that egg white, that is your peak day. That is your ovulation day. And you've caught Mrs. Ovulation red-handed. Now, your ovulation day is not when you start seeing those slimy things, because I hear so many teachers saying your ovulation day is when you start seeing the slimy, and I'm like, okay, you get to see the slimy days for 2, 3, 4 days. Some people, it goes on as 5 days. And does it mean that you're ovulating for all those 5 days? No. This is the best method, because it shows you, like, without failing, that the day you stop seeing that egg white, like the next 24 hours when you stop seeing that egg white, it means that that is your ovulation day. So let's say you saw the egg whites between 6th of May, 7th of May, and suddenly you woke up on 8th of May and you did not see any egg whites. You waited for the afternoon, evening, no egg whites. Baby girl, that is your ovulation day. Like, you've caught her red-handed. So you can see that you don't need your menses to check this. You just need that book and paper, because you need to be noting it down. You need to be writing your early pap, your egg white. Now, after this day, the dryness can last for a period of 24 hours to 48 hours. But immediately after your ovulation, you start to see another type of discharge, what we call the late pap. Remember that the first pap that you saw before your ovulation, we describe it as early pap. Now, this one is called late pap because it comes after your ovulation, and it still symbolizes a certain level of fertility. But that's not what we're about in this video. We want to hold Mrs. Ovulation red-handed, and we've known the right day to hold her red-handed. Even if you have irregular menses, or you just gave birth to your breastfeeding, and for 2 years, for 6 months, for 3 months, for 1 year, you've not been seeing your menstrual cycle, you can still track your ovulation correctly. So you don't need to use the old method of using your menstrual cycle minus 14 minus this, because for some people that might work, but for some people with irregular dates, they might not really catch Mrs. Ovulation red-handed. It is advisable for you to chat at night, because by then you'll be able to get the most recurrent sign that you noticed in your body from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. Because you might chat in the afternoon, and in the morning till that time you chatted in the afternoon, you only noticed early pap. Then suddenly in the evening you can start noticing the egg white discharge. So that's why it is advisable for you to chat at night, so that you can get the correct body sign that comes out of you. Please subscribe if you've not done so, and share this video to your colleagues, to your friends, to your sisters, your mothers, your girlfriends, your wives. You don't know, you might be helping someone, so please share, drop your comments below, and like this video. Also, stay tuned for the next video, because the next video is going to be a banger. Like, you don't even want to miss it. So turn on your post notification bell so you can get notified and be the first to grab the juicy parts of my next video. So you see this face again. Bye for now.